the Vechain price has been cooling off in the last couple of weeks, but it has pumped tremendously before, and this is only the beginning. We want to know if Vechain is ready for a moon mission in the bull market 2024 and also 2025 in the subsequent altcoin seasons. So let's discuss all of this right after the intro. Hey everyone, it's the Patient Hodler coming at you with another video, with another Vechain video update, and in this one we are going to talk about some very interesting and very good things coming from Vechain, and which could lead to a very nice price increase in the Vechain price in the next bull market. But before we start, please keep in mind that I'm a crypto and NFT investor, not your financial advisor, so please perform your own research on Vechain. Don't take my word for anything, just take it as some research point in your overall analysis. And also, if you enjoy these little Vechain and other crypto updates, then please smash up the like button right now, because that is very important for channels like mine to be able to grow and to inform more and more people. So I would really appreciate that. Also subscribe to the channel to never miss out on a Vechain video update. And with that out of the way, let's jump right in. So as you can see here, the Vechain price since the last bull market has been coming down quite significantly, and recently we had a pump here. And my last Vechain video is already a couple of weeks ago, but so far our prediction here, how it could go, is playing out pretty well. So we can leave that up here. I think that little retracement here could be continuing, we could be going sideways, but there's not too much room left until we should be going into something like a pre-Bitcoin halving rally. But the altcoins could be lagging a little bit behind. Before we go more into what the charts have to say here, we should look at what is actually going on for Vechain. And you're going to probably say, hey, what the fuck, why are we going to start with Solana? But I want to start with Solana because Solana has just had an outage today again on their blockchain, and now here we see the memes all over the internet of how supposedly Solana devs are treating the blockchain to come back on. And if you're invested in Solana and you like Solana, this is not the end, and I'm not hating on Solana, but I want to point out that Vechain, since its inception, didn't have a single outage. It has 100% uptime. Here at Vechain Stats you can see how the Vechain network is operating, and I think this could be in the end a critical factor, because I mean, if you as a company want to build something on Vechain, then it is very crucial, or on any blockchain, then it's very crucial that you have uptime 100% or close to 100%. So here we see all of the transaction passing, and you can check out vechainstats.com for your overall research, because you also will see the activity on the network, and you will see the VETHO burns, the gas token burns, executed by the companies that have been already building on Vechain. So I think it's very important that you do your due diligence on this. You can find a lot about the Vechain blockchain here, but we're not going to go too deep into this in this video. Another thing that I want to point out or highlight before is that the BlackRock CEO in this video that we're about to watch right now, he is basically explaining tokenization of almost everything, and I want to go a little bit deeper into that.
Step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of every financial asset. And to me, this is where we believe it's going. So we're looking at Bitcoin, we're looking at ETFs in the same manner. These are technological changes that can allow us to move forward. Let me be clear, I think.
As you have heard, he is expecting the ETF, the Bitcoin ETF, only as one step in the tokenization of all financial assets. And I would take this a little bit further, because I think these guys know exactly what's going to happen. Otherwise, a giant like BlackRock wouldn't come in. Now, this is Chainlink that have posted this this video, and they know what's going to happen as well, because they're the oracle for almost every blockchain project, and probably because of their Swift partnership and so on, they are very secure already in terms of legislation. They know what's going to happen to the Chainlink token as well. But this video is not about Chainlink. So in my opinion, what is going to happen is that also other assets are going to be tokenized, are going to be tracked on the blockchain, and I think the Vechain blockchain is one of the chains that is best for that. First of all, no downtime, as we said before. Secondly, already large institutional players that are building on Vechain, and then also their ecosystem partners that are multipliers and that have these customers as their end customers and want to provide blockchain as a service. Now, one thing that is very important is the narrative. So no coin will ever go up if there is nothing on the narrative. So Vechain needs some things that are going for them, and there is a lot. We have discussed it in the last videos, like the ESG compatible and so on, the green trend in general. But here's another one, and that is Vechain is set to introduce account abstraction in the near future. This development will greatly contribute to the widespread adoption of Vechain, as it enables the use of smart contract wallets. Exciting times lie ahead of us, and we see here that has been posted also by the director of SafeTech, Jürgen Schoppe. And I think this is interesting, so let's dive a little bit more into that. What is account abstraction? This is a beginner's guide. You can find it on Cointelegraph. If you want to read the full article, I recommend that you take this headline and Google for it, so you will find the article. But I'm going to read the first part here that is most crucial, and then afterwards there's a long text on the tech, how it exactly works. So here, this is on Ethereum, but it's coming on Vechain, as we've seen. Ethereum account abstraction is a new paradigm to allow for a more user-friendly experience when interacting with decentralized applications. So the buzzword or the highlight is more user-friendly experience. Account abstraction within blockchain systems allows for assets to be exclusively held by smart contracts rather than being controlled by externally owned accounts. The ERC 433.7 standard is the account abstraction token standard that unlocks the power of smart contract crypto wallets on the Ethereum blockchain. So this standard, we have discussed it in the previous videos already, is the standard, the ERC standard, which basically would allow even an NFT to own their own NFTs. So you kind of have an ETF inception in that sense. So what could you do with it? A common example is, hey, if you have a character that is an ETF, and that character has in a game a sword and shield and armor and trinkets and rings and leg plates and feet plates and I don't know what, like think about a World of Warcraft character. These could be all NFTs that are held by that character NFT, and that character NFT is then held by a user in a wallet, right? So all the other NFTs belong by this standard to this character. That's only one of millions of use cases, but in this sense, it's basically that that you are making these dApps, these decentralized applications, more user-friendly. From an Ethereum user's perspective, the implementation of account abstraction signifies the concealment of technical details involved in Web3 interactions. This concealment not only refines wallet design, but also elevates the overall user experience. Vitalik Buterin, co-founder of Ethereum, recognizes account abstraction as pivotal in propelling the widespread adoption of the Ethereum platform. Now, if that comes to Vechain, it shows us, first of all, we have the new Vechain wallet structure. So probably it's important for seamless user experience on the wallets. We also see that in general, Vechain tries to go towards a place where with Vorjay, where you can basically create your own tokens on top of Vechain without having to use a line of code that fits into all of this here, right? where users basically do not have to have any knowledge or any technical knowledge and background, and the user experience gets streamlined. I think this is something, and I think ERC 433.7 is going to dominate the narrative. Not every narrative. There will be gaming, there will be NFTs, there will be stuff like oracles again, where Chainlink is doing super well at the moment. But ERC 433.7 is going to be one of the narratives. And if you are having that, your token is likely to get more attention. Which is why I believe that Vechain is getting more attention and is more likely to go on a moon mission again. Now we see also Vechain paves the way for mass blockchain adoption through partnership with elite University Oxford. Now, I want to be very, very careful here with these buzzwords all the time by these articles, because it always starts with Vechain paves the way for mass blockchain adoption, right? Let's be a little bit more conservative. What really happened is that Sunny Lu, which we see here in the middle, met up with people from the University of Oxford, and certainly that is a good thing, because if you are established in that whole science world and well networked in the business world, that is better than if you are just sitting in a garage and programming whatever shitcoin, right? So that is good. However, there is no real connection to the way for mass adoption through that partnership with the University of Oxford. In general, partnering with the University of Oxford does not lead to mass adoption, just to let that also be clear. But it is something that raises awareness and gives you more credibility. So the partnerships with DNV, PwC, BCG, I think they're way more important for mass adoptions than the Oxford University or whatever other university. Nevertheless, it is good to see, and I think we can still checkmark this as something good for Vechain. Now, in terms of mass adoption, this is the real deal, right? This account here posted it. We rely on Vechain in the kitchen, and then the company El Cap La Fiamante is basically tracking their passata, tomato passata, as one example on DNV's My Story. DNV My Story, as you see here on the button, DNV My Story is an application built on Vechain. It's blockchain as a service, and it's meant to penetrate the entire logistics world for these consumer products like noodles, like tomato passata, and many other products, and to make it easier for users to scan that code and to access My Story and see when and where did the tomatoes come from, when was the harvest, how long is it already on the shelf, and so on, yada yada. But here we see one more product certified on Vechain, and that's exactly what I mean by, if you have the narrative, then it certainly is the most important thing that you have real world use cases and applications. I would love to have on that My Story, on the DNV, somewhere a Vechain, like a bigger Vechain logo, so that Vechain is more visible. But in the end, the normal retail user also doesn't care about this probably. The most important thing is that they can verify on the blockchain, and that these companies through DNV, through Vechain, can increase their relationship and their trust and the storytelling with the end customer. And that ultimately, if this works fine, which brings me back to blockchain uptime, because it only works if the blockchain is up all the time, then this will lead more and more competitors to also seek a solution to provide that, because if you have a tracked product, that's better than a non-tracked product. So overall, this is a good development to see, in my opinion. Last but not least, some people said, okay, Vechain was good, but now the China connection is dead. That's absolutely not true. We see here, for example, Vechain's presence in China is undoubtedly one of the most interesting achievements in the blockchain industry, considering the position of the CCP on crypto. Vechain has established partnerships with Walmart and the CAFA, which are still using the Vechain blockchain, and I think it's far from that. It's just that they are walking the knife on the edge of the knife, basically, because you don't want to be known as a China coin, and you also don't want to lose the applications for China, right? So that is a little bit of a walk on knife's edge, so to say. But overall, we see that this is still mentioned in articles, still mentioned and highlighted, and therefore I think Vechain is still doing very well also in China. Yeah, here we have it. I mentioned it before. There are articles how to create your token without knowing how to code directly on Vorjay. They have issued on the official channel a step-by-step crafting guide to create your own fungible tokens on Vechain, and that is what gives adoption to the blockchain from the crypto space itself. And I think this is important for smaller builders to get started. And if they can get more engagement, more adoption through that, I think that will be also very important for the next bull run, or for the bull run that has just started. Yeah, finally, we see Vechain is going to the MWC. So, and it says that CEO Sunny Liu is going to be there. So MWC is the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, and they're going to be there. I hope that I can also go and take a photo for you guys of Vechain being there. And for sure, this is a big event, and we will see what Sunny Liu has to report at MWC. And I think this is something upcoming. It will be in the end of February, somewhere at the 26th, and we are looking forward to see what's happening. Overall, if we're looking at the price, once again, coming to the end of this video, we see that Vechain has come up quite a bit. So if we measure that move from somewhere at the bottom here to the top, that was 150, almost 160% move. This small move, right? And had you bought or at least DCA'd into this in this more base forming zone, you would be up already tremendously, still about 100%. Nonetheless, this last final dip that it's more likely than not going to be, in my opinion, is still a good buying opportunity for Vechain. That's not financial advice, and I also have to tell you that there are other projects out there that potentially can make higher multiples, but on the other hand, as I mentioned before, Vechain has so much going for it that the upside from, let's say, buying today back to the all-time high is a rough 9x, and if we consider that we could go to somewhere like 50%, that would be an 18x, a 19x, which is not too bad for a coin that size and that age already. I think the narrative fits a price development like that. I think also extrapolating the same pump behavior like in the previous run shows us that we could go to something like between 30 and 50 cents. I know that many people are looking for $10 to $20 or so. I think that is not reasonable to assume. So I will stick with a price target of roughly 30 to 50 cents because of what we have seen so far, what is coming in terms of narrative. Narrative is going to drive this price, not real adoption. Real adoption might take way longer than this bull run. So don't fall in, along the way, you will see more and more nice things from Vechain. Don't fall in love with the coin. Make sure to lock in your profits and make sure to make a plan right now. So you could say profit taking here, 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 and if it goes beyond, then that's the rest of your moon bag that you liquidate whenever you are feeling that this rocket has been traveling way beyond. And this is exactly the point where I would say don't be the person that from here waits for a 10x. Be the person that has already in tremendous profits when it reaches this point. Other than that, if you enjoyed these updates, then let me know in the comments below what you would also want to know, and let me know in the comments below if you like it at all or not. Smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, tick the little bell to always get notified, and I think we have great times in front of us in the next 1.5 years or so for Vechain. And wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. I catch you in the next Vechain video update. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.